Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the slightly late but actually early studentloanjustice.org live stream. Sorry I'm late, guys. I know I had said I was going to be coming on about half an hour ago, but I got sidetracked doing some winterizing stuff here in northern Wisconsin. So today's very important this week is a very important week, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I know it may seem quiet, and that's the way the media would have us think it is. But make no mistake, guys, these loans are turned back on, and the feeding frenzy is on. These sharks that have not been fed well for 3 years are now at the trough. Maybe I should call them pigs. That's a far better descriptor. That's an insult to sharks, quite frankly. Probably an insult to pigs, too. But anyways, I'm seeing a lot of pain out there in the country right now, guys. I'm seeing people getting money absconded from their bank accounts without their authorization. And I'm seeing the endless cheesy rat maze, people bumping their heads against the walls, flailing and floundering, and they don't know what to do. And guys, take 2 steps back, would you please? This is a failed, unconstitutional lending scam that has no place in this country. Wake up, people. I've been doing this for 18 years, pretty moderate guy. And it is not my nature to exaggerate and over dramatize things. I'm an engineer by my education and my nature. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, by all rational metrics, the federal student loan program is finished. And in my humble opinion, feeding your money into this beast is exactly the wrong thing to do. Running around trying to navigate this minefield, this maze that the bad guys constructed specifically for the purpose of baffling, bamboozling, and ultimately betrothing you. That's the wrong word. I'm looking for a B word. Ultimately keeping you out of the fight. In other words, taking all of your energies away so you're not helping us fight. Rather, you're fighting for your own little neck of the woods. And thereby, they're dividing you from the rest of us, and they will conquer all of us by doing that. Don't give them the pleasure. Today's action is particularly important. Let me just dial in my Twitter feed for you so you can see. Today's action is very simple. We're asking people to do just one simple thing. Retweet a couple of tweets. Here, if you go to hopefully you can see our address there, twitter.com/studentloanjust1, student loan JUS1. You can see our pinned tweet is something to the President Biden, and we are giving President Biden a deadline of December 1st to order the Department of Education to approve everyone, universally approve all undue hardship claims in bankruptcy court. That is a workaround. It's not perfect. We still need the laws changed. We still need Congress, but we need the president, and the president can do this today. He can certainly do it by December 1st. And I'm not going to say what we're going to do if he doesn't act by December 1st, but suffice it to say, it'll be pretty big. I'm not going to say anything more than that. So that's the first thing we're asking people to do. Retweet that pinned tweet. And then if you scroll down a little ways, you can see a tweet that we did to Senator Dick Durbin. Senator Dick Durbin is a very key guy. He's the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He is the sponsor of our bankruptcy bill last session. And to his huge credit, he had a very good bipartisan bill that returned limited but still very good bankruptcy rights to federal student loans, and also contained a modest, maybe even inconsequential, but I think important, clawback from the colleges. The Democrats, including Dick Durbin, betrayed us last session and chose to abandon that bill, which would have passed the House and the Senate with flying colors. They chose to betray us. So we're also doing a tweet to Senator Dick Durbin, and I'm looking for it right now. There it is. Let's see here. There it is right there. You can see it on today's actions in our Twitter feed. Otherwise, you can go to our Facebook group and see today's daily action and directly link to it there. Otherwise, you can go to our website, studentloanjustice.org. And what we're pushing Dick Durbin to do is reintroduce the Fresh Start Through Bankruptcy Act that he introduced last session. We're now more than 11 months into the new session, which only lasts 2 years through the next presidential election. And we have not seen that bill come out yet. And I'm very worried. You know, I'm seeing these little creepy little DNC operatives skulking around on Twitter, disparaging the return of bankruptcy rights to student loans. Something tells me that the Democrats are now turning their backs on us, even as a public policy principle. You know, the DNC had it in their party platform since 2016 to return bankruptcy protections to student loans. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm just telling you that I am very, very worried. And this tweet to Dick Durbin illustrates that concern. And if you have student loans, whether you would ever or never file for bankruptcy is not important. It's the leverage of bankruptcy that matters. It means everything. So whether you would ever or never file for bankruptcy, whatever your thoughts about bankruptcy are, if you have student loans and you want to see this problem solved, you had better get into the habit of doing our daily actions, most particularly today's daily action, which, as I said, again, you can see at the website, see on our Facebook group, or you can just do it right now as I'm scrolling through my Twitter feed. 2 retweets, guys, 2 retweets. It's not hard. And shout out to all the warriors out there. Hopefully a few people are seeing this live stream. I know normally I do my live streams in the evening, but we're turning over a new leaf and we're doing our live streams early today. So, beyond that's pretty much all I had to say, guys. Beyond that, I would just urge you, tell everyone you know about this group, guys. Tell everyone you know. Tell everyone you know to sign our petition at change.org/cancel student loans. Educate yourself at our Medium channel. Read our most recent 5 or 6 articles. If you do all of those things, you will be a very fine, fit, and fierce student loan justice warrior. We're fighting for 38 million people, guys. We, at least on paper, have 1.5 million people in our group. But that only matters. It only matters when you are helping us fight. And if you're sitting there baffled and bamboozled, running around like a chicken with your head cut off, worrying about your own student loans, you're not helping. And quite frankly, I think that's shameful. I think for people, this is not student loan capitulation. That's not what we are. We are student loan justice. And if you're not fighting with us for justice, you're spinning your wheels, you're wasting your time, and shame on you, quite frankly. The student loan beast is roaring back to life now, and they are getting back to business as usual. And we still don't have the constitutional leverage protection of bankruptcy on our side. It is going to get very ugly. We're like turkeys at the Thanksgiving dinner. And those are Senator Elizabeth Warren's words, by the way, not mine. Where is Elizabeth Warren on bankruptcy? She taught bankruptcy at Harvard for years. She's gone quiet. In fact, she refused, even when asked plainly, she refused to say whether she endorsed our Dick Durbin's legislation last year. What's that telling you, guys? Something very sneaky is going on the other side of this fence. Something with the establishment, something with the Democrats and the Republicans. We can't stand either party, by the way. Quite frankly, I would say both parties have outlived their usefulness, and they are now sitting there with their boot on the neck of this country, quite frankly, certainly on the student loan issue. So now's the time for us to be fighting, guys. Now's the time for you to be owning this problem and helping us. And that all starts with doing our daily actions. They're easy, they're quick. It's the least that you should be doing if you actually want to solve the student loan problem. Not pretend, not feed into the Democrats' bullshit propaganda, not something similar on the Republican side. The Republicans are just bastards. They're just evil. But that doesn't make the Democrats good. It's both two sides of a very stained coin. ladies and gentlemen. It's a good cop, bad cop thing. And that's actually an insult to cops, I think. But that's what's going on, guys. That's the play. So be wise to it. Help us fight. The last thing I will say is just please donate, dudes. I'm sorry I have to ask about this all the time. We've got a particularly difficult week this week. We have to raise $1,000, which is, by our modest metrics, that's a lot of money for us. And it's going to be very tough to do. And if you care about this group and you want to see this group continue and not disappear, and we are the only true group in the country actually fighting the true battle. We're not fake. We're not AstroTurf like the other groups out there who are actually making money on the student loan scam through the student loan industry in one way or another. We don't do that. We're just normal people, and we disappear if you don't help. So please don't let that happen. I'm over 10 minutes now, so I'm just going to get out while the getting's good. But I hope something that I said today will get you off your ass and get you fighting the real battle and not running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Don't do that. That's what the opposition wants. Don't give them the pleasure. Help us fight. Good luck, Godspeed, and God bless everyone.